Hello, hello. Welcome to day 59 in the countdown to Antarctica. Thank you everyone for joining me today and any other day that you've watched the videos that I've put up. I've really enjoyed hearing your feedback about them. So please keep telling me all the things that you like or things that you've learned or things that you found surprising. I really love hearing the feedback. Um, Today, I would like to just do one last thing on the planning process. Pardon me. And this is inspired by a new little gadget or a few new little gadgets that I picked up. These Samsung Smart Tags. Yes. Oh, goodness. I just dropped one. I am an Android lady, not an iPhone lady. So I got a couple of these Smart Tags to put in my luggage. And yes, there's four of them because I am probably going to be taking many bags, at least two suitcases and a carry-on. That's going to be a whole nother video about all the packing and all the things that I'm going to be bringing for scuba diving and the rest of the trip. But I thought I'd finish off the planning process by talking about, planning for when things don't go as planned. So the other video I did a couple days ago was talking about, you know, when things don't go as planned. So, I mentioned a few things, one of them being your luggage doesn't show up when you expect it to. In all of my travels, that has only happened to me once, thankfully, and that was when I was coming home from a trip. And oddly enough, it was a within Canada flight that my bag didn't arrive with me, but that's okay. These, I mean, sure, they've been around for a little while, but I just picked them up. Because I feel like there's just a lot riding on this trip, and I have some uh, fancy, expensive equipment for scuba diving that I want to make sure I can find if it doesn't end up where I expect it to be. So these are just going to give me a little bit of peace of mind so that if things don't show up, I know exactly where they are. And can track it on its journey. So, aside from these little smart tags of knowing where things are to help me know where things are if they don't show up when I think they are, other things that you can do to plan for the unexpected things. Right, I kind of mentioned a little bit in my other video, but getting insurance. There's so many different types of insurance. Medical is super important, obviously, because like if something happens, you want to ensure that you're taken care of and that you don't end up with a really big bill at the end of that. So that's super important. The other aspect to travel insurance can be, flight, sorry, not just flight, but trip interruption and cancellation insurance. Honestly, that's something that I'm pretty new to. I've never really purchased it in the past. There's lots of fine print, and I never felt that I really needed it in the past because I was like, oh, I've done big trips, but nothing like this where I've um, had such a huge investment of time and money and just planning. So that's something that will give you some peace of mind, that can be really helpful. I'm still kind of exploring some options as I continue to book things for my trip. Um, but, especially if you're paying for things in advance that are technically non-refundable, getting some sort of insurance to cover that cost if you can't make it for whatever reason, if that's a flight delay or an illness or you miss a bus or whatever it is. A lot of these insurances will also cover, let's say if your travel partner gets ill, that you can get your money back for certain things. So it's just something to protect the investments that you've made. So it's definitely a good idea. Um, yeah, because you never know what can happen. So that's one way you can plan for the unexpected. When booking flights or other activities, make sure you have enough time in between, either flights or connecting things, or, in my circumstance, between when I actually land in Ushuaia, getting to the boat, just in case something happens. Mostly with my luggage, right? Like I'm going to Antarctica, I want to make sure that I have the things that I planned to have so that I don't have to buy things um, before I get on the boat. So all those things are kind of in place to um, make sure that everything can go as smoothly as possible. There's nothing else I can think of right now. I'm sure there are some more things. Oh, as I say, making sure you have enough time between point A and point B. I say from experience because I have missed trains before. I have slept through a bus stop and had to backtrack to get to somebody to some place. So I've experienced all sorts of different things, and it's frustrating in the moment. Not only do maybe potentially miss something, but you have to often spend more money to buy another bus ticket to get back to where you initially planned to be. Maybe you missed a tour. Maybe you have to pay to go on a different tour. Maybe you don't even get the opportunity to go on another tour, depending how much time you have. So timing things out and being realistic about timing, I'm definitely one of the people that like just cram it all in. Like, okay, we get on the bus and we can start a tour at this time and da da da, all these things. And again, most of the time I've been really fortunate and it's worked out, but there have been times when I've been burned in the past. And I'm definitely not putting those things on the line for this trip. I'm giving myself a lot of extra time, and making sure all of my bases are covered. My big, not concern, but the thing that I'm most focused on is making sure that I get on the ship with all the things that I want. So, as I said, I've done a lot of things to make sure that happens, more so than I have in the past. And I'm still learning along the way as I continue planning everything else. But yeah, if you've used the smart tags or the Apple version of it, how did you like it? Was there something that worked well, something that didn't work well? What did you like about it? Yeah, I'm excited to give them a try and track my stuff. All right, see you guys tomorrow. Bye.